Okay, this is some parcels we had this morning. I thought I'd film this because this is something people don't normally see. These parcels, I'm not too sure where they came from, but Delaney's sorting them out now. And what Delaney does, she gets pens and crayons and stuff like this and put one teddy bear inside, and we give them to the children. You know, children hasn't had toys, most of them, for a long time when they've been on these long walks and coming out of the war zone. So they really, even the parents appreciate giving the children something to play with. This is stuff this has been sent today. This is all stuff we've been sorting out. Lainey puts it in different age groups, men's, women's, children's, different age groups for the children, babies, etc. So she's doing that. She spends a lot of time doing this. This is our water supply here, and we have two rings here which we're going to put some longer ropes on, and we're going to put them in the cars for the winter, because I think, you know, some people jump out the boat far too early, and when the water's cold, you know, if we've got something we can throw to them quickly, we can pull them in quickly. Anyway, that's that. So today we've had 4 boats come across first thing this morning. The one broke down. The Greek Coast Guard rescued the boat. Fair play to these boys. I always say, you know, they're doing an absolute fantastic job. The guys from Molivos, they really do a fantastic job. And they're working their hearts out. They're working from dawn to dusk, rescuing people in the night and everything. Fair play to them, you know. And I've said before, you know, when they work this hard and everything else, they deserve a lot more than what they're getting. And they need a lot of praise from everyone. You know, the situation's very hard now. We're getting well over maybe 1,500, 2,000 a day coming in. And the police and everyone, you know, fair play to them. They're doing a great job. They're trying their best. And it is hard for everyone. But, you know, we just have to keep going. So we had one rescued by the Greek Coast Guard. The Turkish Coast Guard took in 3 boats. They had the big boats parked in the middle out here, and we watched the small boat go to one, to the other, quite obviously damaging the engines, and then he towed all 3 one at a time into the big Turkish boat. What this does, I don't know. Maybe it keeps Europe happy. I don't know, but it's absolutely ridiculous. It's a waste of time, waste of money, because within 3 days, 2 days, I guarantee all those people on that boat will be here. Yeah, we had one guy, he got turned back 4 times. You know, he was that unlucky. But he made it in the end. The 5th time he actually made it. To me, this is just ridiculous. You know, it's got to be discussed and it's got to be sorted out, and we've got to think of different solutions, because the solutions happening at the moment are a waste of time, waste of money, a waste of effort. You know, there's better things to spend money on. You know, I agree with the Coast Guards must be out there to rescue all the boats, but this abuse, especially on the far side, the abuse from the Turkish Coast Guard, and that's women, children, babies, putting water cannons on them, smashing engines off the boats, leaving them stranded in water. This is insane. And then they go to shore, and I was told by one couple, they go to shore and they're pretending that they've rescued them. You know, after they broke their engine, they hit people on the boat and everything, and then they get to shore and they pretend they won't rescue them. You know, this is wrong. This is some EU policy maybe, or some Turkish policy to make the EU, say to the EU, you look what we're doing. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, it's not right. It's definitely wrong. Anyway, then we had later, about an hour later, we had 5 boats come in. So they come in. The boat that I talked to, they come in very, very wet, very wet. So there's only one baby, and we brought Maya home for a wash, get the salt water off of her. And this is Maya here, and this is some friends of ours that's been doing a great job. But this is Maya. Hello, Maya. How are you doing? You're beautiful. Yes, you're beautiful. Maya's very happy. She's very dry now. She's got nice clean clothes on, and she's had a wash. Dad's just had a shower. He was wet as well. Mum's gone in for a shower. So what we've done, we've got a tent, a sleeping bag, hats, clothes for Maya, dry towels, creams and stuff for them. They're a young couple and they need a lot of help, you know. They've been in the woods. Maya's got a bit of a chest on her, a bit of chesty cold, and Mum and Dad both got colds where they've been sleeping in the damp. So Mum and Dad's got dry clothes now and everything, and now I'm going to rush them back into the bus stop so they can be with their friends and they can dry out their bags. Their bags are absolutely soaking wet. So this is their 2 bags here. So yeah, that's 1, that's 2 there. Okay. And we've we found a little carrier here as well, so they can carry Maya rather than hold her. They can put her in a carrier and take her in a carrier. And we've got baby milk and everything we give them. From now I'll get them to the bus stop, and hopefully they get a bus from the bus stop. They won't walk, hopefully they won't walk, because there's so many thousands walking at the moment. And we'll get them a bus down so they won't have to carry all the stuff we've given them. If the bus doesn't come today, I will go and invite them to stay in in our little empty tent, Elaine's tent out there, so Maya's not in the dirt and dust. You know, when I was out there rescuing, well, not rescuing, I was helping them off the boat and everything else, again I had this abusive guy out there really screaming at me and shouting at me and everything else, and I put a bit of it on tape. But you know, this has to stop. We have enough problems without these abusive people screaming and shouting at us constantly, you know, saying it's all my fault and he's going to dump all the rubbish outside my house and what a malacca I am and everything else. This is just constant abuse, you know. And he said these people are fit enough to walk. I think I got that on camera. I'm going to have a look at it. And I said, what, this little baby here, you know, it has to walk 65 kilometers, you know. It's people like this. I don't know what's in their head, you know. If this was their child, you know, or their mother or their grandparents or whatever, would they think the same way? If I told them that their grandparents had to walk 65 kilometers, you know, old people, or their little baby has to be carried 65 kilometers, or their granddaughter has to walk 65 kilometers, what would they think then? Would they say that's okay? I don't think so. You know, these people just disgust me. I don't know what this mentality is in the world at the moment, but there's a lot of this going on, a lot of this abuse towards other human beings, and this is wrong. This is totally wrong. They're human beings, and these abusive people were babies at one time, and these abusive people will be old people at one time, you know, in time to come. Yeah? And maybe if the tables turned, you know, it's mostly these abusive people will be screaming for help themselves from other people. Yeah, they're just horrible bloody people. And when we're trying to look after women, baby, children's, it's just beyond me what's been going on. You know, it's beyond me about, you know, the Coast Guard, the Turkish Coast Guard, water cannon in boats with babies on. That's beyond me. I've seen it so many times now. And some of the things I've heard and some of the things that are coming through on the internet, I just don't believe the state of the world when you've got such horrible, abusive people towards human beings. It's just beyond me. It really is. Anyway. Right, I'm going to shut this one down. I'm going to get Maya and her parents into the bus stop there, as soon as possible so they can meet their friends and everything else. And I will check on them later to make sure they're okay. She was the only small baby I see this morning, the smallest one I've seen this morning. There are smaller children this morning, but they've all gone into the bus stop. So, okay everyone, all the best, bye.